sign it. Yeah. You know, Dan at Hinsdale House was doing a thing where he was having the more famous people sign it, but it's like, you know, I think everybody that comes here, all the groups should be able to sign it because they're all important.
Yep.
So we just kind of started doing that, and it's what 4 years worth of groups coming, what it's developed into.
Yep, there's EVP. We're with EVP Paranormal too as well.
Oh yeah, they do. We do a lot of the stuff with them.
Well, we do
Oh,
our,
do
we
you?
call it our untold stories. That's who we are. We do documentaries and the history and all that.
We've been to Hinsdale a couple times, so.
Yeah, well, me and Dan are good friends.
Yeah,
we
he's
were
a good
friends
guy.
before he even owned Hinsdale.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Plus, you know, we knew each other, and
Mhm.
anyway, it kind of works out, you know, because we work together on stuff because we're so close to each other.
That's
that,
great. Yeah.
You know, and if groups come from farther away, it makes it more worthwhile to do a
Oh,
weekend out of it.
Yep.
But, well, on paper, it said that this place was built in 1900. But we know it's older than that because it had gas lighting. Plus, as we're working on stuff, we keep finding the rectangular and the square nails. The square nails even date it back even farther.
Oh.
So we're thinking mid-1800s. That picture over there on the wall was taken in 1906. And as you can see, there was no other houses around it or anything. This place sat by itself back then. You can see the nurses in the picture. You can see the nurses and the doctors. And I kind of blew up that picture. And that's a picture of the nurses and the doctors there. The two doctors are Dr. John Henderson and Dr. Carol Perry. He's over there. It was hard to find those pictures. I actually got his picture. That was his yearbook picture from his college.
Oh, wow.
And then eventually I found that picture of Dr. Perry too. Because they didn't take many pictures back then. And they just didn't do it. It was very expensive and they just didn't do it. They met each other in college in Kirksville, Missouri. It was an osteopathic college. So they were into the holistic healing. And that was their thing. I mean, you could come here, you could get off your drugs, your alcohol problem, you had mental issues.
Wow.
Any disease that you needed healed from, you could come here. As long as it wasn't a contagious disease, they would take basically anybody in. Or, you know, you had burns or you had just about anything, they would take you in if you needed to. There was room for up to 12 full-time patients, but they also had a bathhouse in the basement. So you could also, you know, if you were local or that, you could come and get a bath treatment. And like back then, in like the mid-1800s, early 1900s, some of the houses didn't even still have functional bathrooms.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was kind of a luxury thing to be able to go to a bathhouse and and take a bath. You know? They said they were going to have. They actually spent 3 years renovating the place before they opened it up. Because he bought it in 1903. They said the most renovations they were going to do were to the basement. They were going to have cold baths, hot baths, and electric battery baths. So I Google searched electric battery baths, and there are some pictures down in the basement that came up when I searched that. So it's like, okay.
Every time I hear that, I think of like fucking Q-shirts.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, where do you draw that fine line between, you know,
that doesn't make sense.
what works and whoops, it's too much. Yeah, I don't know.
Much like a heating blanket setup would be, like heating your water.
Well, you think even like now, I mean, we still do dabble with a little bit of electricity for different physical therapy kind of things.
Right.
Even like the TENS units or some of that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
But hooking it to a bathtub with water, I don't know.
It's like electric shock therapy. There we go.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would opt out with the cold if the hot wasn't available.
I think they use cold baths for certain things, and then
right.
they used hat bass for other things. So
So is that their graves?
yeah,